I'm trying to get into romance, so I think Emily Henry might be the right place to start. Hi, welcome back, or welcome if you've never been here before. Today I'm trying to get into romance, and I feel like everybody's always hyping up Emily Henry, and I feel like that is the safest place to be, especially on this journey. Yeah. I'm not big into romance at all. I always see where it's going. Obviously, it's a romance, they're gonna end up together, and I think I'm not gonna say that I don't want them to end up together, but like, you know, like I tend to like enemies to lovers or slow burn. Old, like literally the most ultimate version of slow burn there could ever be. I want that. I get really bored when they're together. Like I find that there's no, I don't know, it's just like they're all happy all the time and there's no like problems or anything, you know what I mean? It's that honeymoon phase, but I like it when it could be close to getting together, but it like doesn't happen, you know, until like the final, like I'll take 50 pages maybe, 30 pages. I don't know. Is that like a thing that happens? Is that, can somebody recommend me a book like that? Like they really just, it's so slow burn. Like so slow burn. So Emily Henry's new book, what's it called? Shoot, what is it called? It's a blue cover. Funny Story, I think. Correct! Since Funny Story comes out this week, I thought I'd like get into the Emily Henry mood by reading People We Meet on Vacation. I also have, can you see it? Where is it? Right here, I think, right? I have Beach Read. I decided to go with People We Meet on Vacation. I don't know. I think I hear people talk about these two the most. I have both of them. I was just like, okay, flip a coin. I went with Beach Read. No. I went with People We Meet on Vacation. Yeah, I do want to read the whole Emily Henry verse. Did you know though that Funny Story is going to be in hardcover just like Happy Place? And I was so happy that Happy Place was going to finally be in paperback so I could have like all of the paperbacks, but now Funny Story is a hardcover. I cannot fathom. So I'm just gonna get into People We Meet on Vacation, and we're gonna be picking up Funny Story sometime this week, and I'll let you know how it goes, updates on how I like it, and everything like that. So yeah, let's go read People We Meet on Vacation. Hi, just documenting that we're about to start People We Meet on Vacation. Hopefully we can finish it by the end of the week if I have time, and then we can move on to another Emily Henry book. I want to get deep into this Emily Henry lore. Not lore, but her whole book universe. The Emily Henry verse, if you will. So yeah. Literally nothing at all special about this clip. It's just my dog and he was super cute. Hi. So I just wanted to update you a little bit. I haven't read since it's been like 2 days-ish. Maybe one day, I don't know. But it's late. I only got to page 28, but I just want to give you a few of my predictions. She just texted her friend that we know that they had a falling out and she wants to go on vacation with him again. My predictions for the end of this book is that obviously she right now is unhappy with her job, and I think that by the end of this that she's going to go back to working on her blog. I think that's where it's going, but obviously they're gonna get together and everything. I think she misses her blog and that's something she wants to go back to, so I think that that's where she's gonna go with this by the end of the book. I don't know where they're going on vacation yet, but I want to know that. Also, how did she get this job? Because I would like that job. All expenses paid? I want that. I don't know how she did it, but good for her. Real good for her. So yeah, I'm gonna read tomorrow. It's like 2 a.m. I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. So yeah. Hopefully I can finish this soon. I'll try to read a lot tomorrow, okay? Okay. Bye. Hello. I'm in bed if you couldn't tell. I haven't read in a few days, but I'm on page 80, 60, not 80, 60 of People We Meet on Vacation, and I just want to get in some predictions, okay? Right now she's on the plane. She just got to Palm Springs, okay? But her trip is not being funded by her magazine, R&R, and she didn't tell Alex. Prediction time. he's back together with his ex-girlfriend, or they're a thing, okay? So that's gonna be a thing that happens at the wedding. Even though he invited Poppy to the wedding, I feel like the ex-girlfriend might show up, or might she's gonna be a thing that comes up on the strip. Are you okay? Sure about that? And then when he realizes that he's catching feelings for Poppy, they're gonna break it off, okay? Everything's gonna be going great. And then I feel like the third act breakup, I want to say it's gonna be him finding out that she paid for everything on this whole vacation and didn't tell him. Or I don't know if they're gonna talk about I feel like we're not gonna find out what the issue was in their relationship until the end, or close to the end. Maybe the middle, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling. Those are the vibes that I'm getting. If this is wrong, don't judge me. It's my first romance. But in my head, this is how everything is gonna work out. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading, but my interest is piqued. Also, I would have totally taken that Santorini vacation. Are you kidding? But yeah, it is 1:47. I'm gonna read until like 2:10, and then I'm going to bed. Okay, I'll update you if something interesting happens. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, they just met at the airport. Why do I think that's the cutest thing ever? I was like kind of apprehensive about him when I read about their backstory, even though it was like still cute. Like how they didn't get along like immediately. That it took some time to like warm up to each other. But like at the time he seemed really bland and all of these things, and just like with time, you know that time has passed and they've gotten to know each other more, that even if they've been apart for like 2 years, that connection's still there. And I think you really do feel it when they like meet again for the first time. I have a feeling he's talking to his ex-girlfriend though, so we're gonna have to deal with that, I feel like. But whatever, that's that's my recent update. It's 2:10. I'm gonna read a little bit more though. I have a feeling I'll see you tomorrow though. So yeah. Bye. One bed trope, one bed trope, one bed, one bed. The one bed trope has been solved in a matter of one page. So he's like perfect, I think. We can die alone together. Ah! So they both would swipe right on each other, but they're just not understanding what they're supposed to do next. You know what I mean? Hi. So I'm not gonna lie. One, I look awful. Two, it's been a good amount of time since I read a substantial amount. You know what I mean? I am on I'm like more than halfway through. Hello? More than halfway through. On page 192. And listen, this is what my issue is becoming. I've been meaning to read for more like the past 2 days, but realistically more than the past 2 days. I've been planning on reading for the past 2 days, and I've just gotten distracted by like TikTok, mostly TikTok, okay? But at the same time, I don't find myself excited to read. But it's funny because when I do get reading, I'm like into it. So I don't know if that's just like a slight book slump coming on, or I think that's what it is, because I don't know what else it could be. Because when I start reading and I get into it, I'm like, oh, I can like read. But you see what the problem is? You see what my issue is? Anyways, yeah. How's the book going? They're still not together yet, which I'm loving, but I kind of wish they would be like more flirty. But for me, it's not giving me anything new or anything special. It's just like a romance for me. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say it's like my favorite romance or anything, because it's not. You know what I mean? Why do I keep saying you know what I mean? But yeah. Like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, what like is my favorite romance like movie? You know what I mean? Like a rom-com perhaps. Immediately, rom-com tier list. Not a rom-com tier list, but favorites, you know, I'm gonna talk about it. Not a conventional rom-com, but La La Land. Masterpiece. Obviously, what was I gonna say? Okay, 13 Going on 30, The Proposal, Letters to Juliet, underrated. People don't talk about that enough. Am I like forgetting my rom-coms? Listen, I watched Something Borrowed a few times. I haven't watched in a while, but I've been wanting to. That one's a good one. Also realizing that I should be watching more rom-coms. But yeah, I think that's my list. Just the first couple that I mentioned are like my type of vibe, you know what I mean? At least movie-wise. Heavy on 13 Going on 30 and The Proposal, though. And La La Land is just a masterpiece. It's not up for debate, you know what I mean? Like, listen. Like, literally, it's a masterpiece. um, okay, that's it for the rom-com talk. I was hoping to finish this book literally over the weekend, and that never happened. And now it's Thursday. Funny story released, yeah, 2 days ago. Well, it's Thursday at like 1 a.m. So like before yesterday. But I feel like I'm gonna pick that up on Saturday, and then we're gonna speed through it because just wanted to give you a little update on how things are going. Yeah, but I do want to finish this so we can get to Emily Henry's new release and see how that goes. Also, they 100% slept together in Croatia. Okay, because they've been hinting at it for a while now. I just know that's what happened, and it got awkward, and I feel like that's realistically what happened, you know what I mean? Anyways, that is it. It is 1:18. I might read it until 1:30. I might do that. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. Checking in just because I look somewhat presentable. And I haven't looked presentable, I feel like, for most of this video. So I'm just checking in. I'm about to read. I was supposed to read earlier, but it's 2:23. So let's just get into it. Hello. It's 4 a.m. It's 4:15 actually in the morning. But I just wanted to update you. I am 30 pages away from finishing the book. I just wanted to give you some updates and things like that. But I read like 110 pages today. But I would like to say that I was like a little bit right about like their whole situation about their third act kind of breakup, you know what I mean? Because I said it was gonna have something to do with Poppy not telling Alex that she paid for the entire like vacation and it wasn't on her like company budget. And while it was kind of true and kind of wasn't, I'm gonna give myself half a point for that because it was kind of based on that, but like she kind of like word vomited like things that she was not supposed to say. So that's why I'm giving myself half a point because it wasn't technically all based on the fact that she paid for it. But yeah. Um I'm enjoying it. Just not like I'm enjoying it a normal amount, you know what I mean? But I'm not like this is the best book I've ever read, kind of like enjoying it, you know what I mean? Okay, one thing that I've noticed throughout this book is that she like refers to him as Alex Nelson. Nelson, like his last name, like first and last name. But I'm like, why are you saying like Alex Nelson this or Alex Nelson that? Why just call him Alex? A little pet peeve, I think, of this book that I have. I don't know why. But I'm like, why are you calling him by first and last name? Like, why? A slight pet peeve, but that's about it. Other than that, I'm gonna finish this tomorrow and then I'm gonna head over and pick up Funny Story. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow or after tomorrow. I guess we'll see. But those are my updates, but I'm literally going to bed because it's 4 a.m. and I literally have to get up early. So, yeah. So, I'll see you when I finish the book, I think. Yeah. Hello. This is my bookshelf, by the way, which you haven't seen. I've only had it in like one other video, but yeah, change of setting is happening right now. But I finished People We Meet on Vacation finally 2 days later, by the way. I meant to finish it earlier, but I just didn't. And that's gonna like really play a part in how I rate this book. Listen, this is one of my issues. When I'm interested in a book, I do not have like this struggle to read because I picked this up at like 2 a.m. when I was meaning to finish it at midnight. I really had to like muster up the courage to read this book. And like while I was reading like some parts of it, like I said before, I was interested in it, but most of the time that wasn't the case, and I don't know why, you know? The story was okay. It was predictable. I made predictions during like the first half of this video, you know, like I predicted that she would not lose her job, she would quit her job. Obviously she would get together with Alex, and then the falling out, kind of, I'll give myself like half a point for that, like predicting that they were gonna have their third act breakup because he was gonna find out that she paid for the hotel. Half a point, that was part of the reason, not the complete reason at all, but like still the majority of this book was really predictable, and maybe that's why I wasn't that interested. But yeah, I I don't know. I don't know if I expected too much because everybody just loved this book, but like yeah, I'm also like considering the fact that maybe I'm just not built for romance. You know what I mean? Like, when do I become the issue? When do I become the problem? Tomorrow, hopefully, or after tomorrow at some point. We're gonna head to Barnes& Noble and we're gonna buy Funny Story and we're gonna get hopping on that. I haven't heard much about this. I've been avoiding spoilers for this book. I really can't remember anything about this book, so that's good. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts about People Who Meet on Vacation. One more thing, and I hate saying this, but I didn't really care, you know, about the characters. Is that bad to say? I don't know. Like, everything was so cookie cutter, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The reason why I don't know if I'm built specifically for romances is because, you know, like the third act, like love confession, you know what I mean? Obviously Poppy does one for Alex. I find it cheesy, but it happens all the time. I feel like the love confessions and everything. Maybe I'm the issue here. But can I just say, is it here? Yes, it is here. Hold on. I read Funny You Should Ask in 2021, I think. This was a good romance, at least for me. I found out about it. This was when I was like reintegrating myself into like reading and everything. But you know what got me to read this? The people who were saying that this book was based on the Chris Evans interview, basically saying that he was a celebrity in this book. Basically, it's about this interviewer who, she's a journalist who goes to interview a celebrity, and he's like super famous and all of this stuff. Like, he's like a really big deal. So she's been tasked with interviewing him. So she goes, does that, but this interview like turns into like multiple days. So she's seeing him over and over to write this article. And then we don't know what happened between them, but then 10 years pass, and now she's like tasked to write like what's it called, like a follow-up interview 10 years later, you know, because that interview was so successful, and she's tasked with writing a new one. This one, I really did like this one. Okay, like, listen, if I wasn't built for romance, I wouldn't like romance, but I like this one. So I'm like, what's the problem? What's the issue? I don't know. Check this one out, will you, please? Because I really like this one, actually. And I've been meaning to read the second, I think it's her second book, or I don't know if I'm just going off of like cover, because there's a second book that kind of like has this like aesthetic, and I just like correlate that with like this author. But I've been meaning to read this one. I don't have it at all. Maybe we can look into that, but yeah. I don't know how this became an ad for Funny You Should Ask, but it did. My camera keeps on focusing. Anyways, I'm gonna hurry up. 3.2 out of 5 stars, and we'll continue with the next one. So tomorrow, after tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, going to Barnes & Noble, picking up Funny You Should Ask, sorry, Funny Story, Emily Henry's new release, Funny Story. Anyways, I'll see you soon. Transition.
You can't tell me that this transition didn't slay, because it did. But here I am at Barnes & Noble picking up my copy.
Okay, so mission accomplished. I got Funny Story, and also Before the Coffee Gets Cold, because I heard it was good and I've been wanting to read it for a really long time. So I finally got that. Yeah, like a little brief Barnes & Noble, like half hour, honestly, because it was about to close, but I got it, and we're gonna start reading tonight because we need to finish this soon. So yeah, okay, I'll see you. I'll give you updates. I'm on page 32 of Funny Story, but I'm already like so much more interested in this story than I was in People We Meet on Vacation. Overall, the concept I think is better, because at the beginning we don't know. So premise, okay, premise is that, what's her name, Daphne was gonna marry this man, right? About to get married, he has a bachelor party, and the day after he breaks up with her because he realizes that he's in love with his best friend. So it's kind of giving like Beach Read. It's kind of giving like Poppy and Alex are this couple in this book. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting. Because like Poppy was the reason why Alex's relationship never worked out. You know what I mean? Parallel intertwining stories. Anyways, but I'm already so much more interested in this book. But yeah, after like they break up, Daphne moves in with her ex-fiance's new girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. Messy, but I'm living for it. So I remembered like as I was reading kind of like the synopsis, but like I think, well, they get invited to the wedding and I have a feeling they're gonna go and they're gonna show up together and this is how the romance is gonna bloom. You know what I mean? They're already kind of drunk and she's already kind of like, he's kind of cute, like, you know what I mean? But that's where this is headed. Interested, okay? I have hopes for this and that it'll be good, or at least better than People We Meet on Vacation. So really into this so far.
Hear me out. Hear me out. It's the last line. If it isn't my adoring girlfriend, that is getting me. He's so funny, and honestly, he might be my favorite, like, ever. Like, Alex Milson could never.
Okay, I've got to say, I'm eating this book up. I'm eating it up. I'm like so tired. I was gonna stop reading, but then I saw something about them running into Peter, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll stay. It's hitting right now. It really is, honestly. That was fun. Okay. I really don't want this book to get bad. I don't want it to get bad. I might read a page or two and then go to bed. I'm tired. But yeah, I just wanted to update you. Okay. Okay. Bye. Can I just say that every time I say that I'm about to go to bed, something interesting happens. Like, I don't even know. I was like about to go to bed and then I'm tired, but I want to keep reading. I don't know what to do. I'll read a little bit more, just a little bit more.
He really said, would you please do me the honor of sleeping in my bed because he doesn't want her to sleep on the couch? Stop it right now. Stop it right now.
Okay, funny story. Let's talk about it. Ignore the 20% off Barnes & Noble sticker on it, but let's talk about it. Okay, just to start this off, I read 162 pages yesterday, and I only stopped because I was falling asleep because I was so tired, and it was literally 3 a.m. I'm not gonna get too much into it because it literally just came out a week ago. I'm not gonna go into spoilers or anything, so everything's gonna be really broad about this, okay? But, oh my god. Emily. Emily, I get your hype now. I get it. Okay, so just kind of like People We Meet on Vacation, I semi-predicted what was going to happen, like by the end, you know what I mean? You know how I predicted that for People We Meet on Vacation? I kind of did the same thing for Funny Story, but I really wasn't disappointed in it like the way I was with People We Meet on Vacation. I feel like there was just more depth with these characters than what we got with People We Meet on Vacation. We learned more about their family and their family dynamics and the relationship with their friends, and all of that is really important to the story. And People We Meet on Vacation, it was just always like Alex and Poppy with very minimal influence from the outside world. This one just felt more real because it was like a relationship from real life that was being influenced by family dynamics and friendships and everything that like blends together when you're trying to have when you're trying to be in a relationship, you know what I mean? As I've said, I don't like third act breakups, but again, with this book, since everything was so well established, like in their like backstory and everything, it was like drilled into your head their priorities and where everything stands with them and why they think the way that they do, that I understood why the third act breakup happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like a rom-com like sort of situation where like, oh, we need to have this third act breakup because that's just how the formula goes. Like I understood why it happened and I wasn't upset at it because it felt organic. You know what I mean? Listen, I gobbled this up. I finished this I think like 4 days. The first the first time I picked it up was when I read 80 pages and then 60 pages and then I don't remember. I don't know. I just remember reading 80, 60, maybe like 70, 162, and then 50 again. I might be messing around with the numbers, but like this had me in. I was in it. This. Listen, I was just thinking that I was just like not well suited for like romance books, but like this one's got me thinking like maybe I just need to find the right ones. And listen, when it comes to the rating, I am very picky with my ratings. I'm always very picky. Um I feel like the average score I always do is like between 3 and 4. Like 3.0 to a 4.0, maybe less than a 4.0. And I'm just like, listen, okay, listen. But like midway through this book, I was so scared that the story was just gonna go wrong and it was gonna mess up everything that we had built up so far and I wasn't gonna enjoy it. But it never happened. I'm not gonna lie, it never happened. But multiple times in this book I was like, I hope this doesn't happen. Like I don't like when the characters get together quickly, and that was my biggest fear. My biggest fear my biggest fear is when the couples get together too early on in the book. And I don't know why, but it gets me so disinterested in the rest of the book. I have no idea why. I don't know why this happens to me, but that's kind of what I was scared of. The only thing I really didn't like was Ashley. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ashley, her friend, I don't know, she wasn't my cup of tea, but still, it's like fine. She's okay. Like, she's not the worst character in the world. Like, I can put up with her. But listen, when I was like trying to like literally get my rating, I don't rate books 5 stars easily. I really don't. I only have like 2 5-star books. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like other books that I've read that I've rated 5 stars and I really haven't. There's only 2 that I've rated 5 stars. And I've been dabbling. I'm like, could this be like a 4-star read? Or like, I'm like, even a 4.8. But like, why do that to myself and rate this a 4.8 when literally in my head I know there is nothing wrong with this book? Me calling this book flawless right now? Emily Henry, Emily Henry. Like, I've been thinking about this, like, even yesterday I had like 50 more pages to read, and I was like, yo, like, I was like, yo, no, I was like, what am I gonna rate this? And now I'm sitting here and I sat with 10 pages left today and I finished it and I'm like, what do I rate this? I don't know why, but like, I've never found myself like, I would never picture myself rating a romance book 5 stars. This is like crumbling down all of the preconceived notions that I have in my head right now. I think you know where this is going, but I do feel like I'm gonna rate this book 5 stars. And it's my first 5-star read this year and my third 5-star read ever. And like literally reading this, even today, like as I was finishing this up, I was like, this is a book I could go back to. And this is like how I feel about like my 5-star reads. Like now, all 3 of them, like I want to go back and read them. I want to see if I would rate it 5 stars on upon second read. And that's just what I'm thinking right now. I'm just like, I could 100% read this again. Like, if I was in a book slump and I needed something to take me out of it, this would be it. I read this 160 pages. Like, I'm sorry, I haven't read that many pages since like about a year and a half ago, like all in one time. I've gone up to 100, but 160, it's been a while since I've done that, and this really did that. It kept me there. I was so invested. I was so invested. Listen, Miles has nothing. No, other book boys have nothing on Miles, I swear. Except maybe Peter Malark. Listen, the OG book boyfriend, yeah. They could go head to head together. This is not something I expected at all going into this video, to find a 5-star read, but it happened. And I don't know if I'm just as shocked as you are, but I'm shocked for myself. And I'm really glad I found another 5-star read. Because I've been wanting 5-star reads. I've been literally grasping at straws for a 5-star read. Funny story. Go read it. Go read it right. Go buy it right now. Go. Is it slow burn? How do I categorize this? Definitely like found family, possibly slow burn, maybe fake. Okay, listen, fake dating. Duh, fake dating. Fake dating, found family, slow burn, and a possible friends to lovers. Yeah, but not friends to lovers the way people who meet on vacation did it. Listen, now that I'm comparing people who meet on vacation to this book, like, yo, I could knock you down a star. I'm looking at it right now. It's like literally on my nightstand. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now that I've read this, I have hope in humanity. I definitely am gonna go check out Emily Henry's other books. I have Beach Read at Home. I also want to read Book Lovers. I heard that one's good too. And Happy Place, I've kind of heard like mixed reviews on, but we'll check it out. We'll see what's happening. And yeah, I can only hope they're as good as this one. And that is all I have to say for today. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Emily Henry, thank God for you. Honestly, I love you. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. And we'll be back sometime soon, possibly, for another Emily Henry read along. And yeah. Okay. Oh my god, a 5-star read. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.